We just reviewed yesterday, so today we're actually going to do a little bit more review, but you're going to have homework on this stuff. Dealing with our measurements. The first thing I want to cover is actually not the first thing on the packet. It's down a little further. I want to look at rounding measurements. Let's say you have 0.713 inches, and you want to know what that is to the nearest 16th of an inch. Well, we know how to convert decimals into fractions. You just put it, 713 thousandths and then try to reduce it. But we don't want it as 713 thousandths. We want it to the nearest 16th. So how do we do that? Well, the easiest way to make anything into a fraction is simply put it over 1. So 0.713 becomes 0.713 over 1. Very important to keep that decimal point there for now. We haven't done anything with the decimal point. Right now, this is a fraction with a denominator of 1. We want it to have a denominator of 16. How do we turn it into a 16? Multiply by a 16. So 1 times 16 is 16. I'll give you that part. What's 0.713 times 16? 11.408. So what this is telling us, 11.408 sixteenths, is telling us that this is between 11 sixteenths and 12 sixteenths. Which one is it closer to? It's 11.4, which tells us it's closer to 11. So 0.713 inches is approximately 11 sixteenths to the nearest 16th. What if we have 8.229 inches, and I want it to the nearest 32nd? What do I do with the 8? Absolutely nothing. It's 8 whole inches. 8 whole inches is 8 whole inches, period. All I care about is the 0.229. And we're going to take that and put it over 1. Now we have a denominator of 1. We want a denominator of 32. So we're going to multiply by 32. Once again, I'll give you the bottom is going to be 32. Multiplying the top. 7.328, you say? Yep. So that tells us once again that this is between 7 and 8. Closer to 7. So 8 and 7 32nds of an inch. So let's do this. 29.614 to the nearest 16th. You tell me what to do. So 29 just stays there. Okay. Times 16. $9.824, good. Which is going to tell us it's between 9 sixteenths and 10 sixteenths. This time it's closer to 10 sixteenths. Now we're not going to leave it as 10 sixteenths. That does reduce to 5/8. Now you might ask, well, you said you wanted it to the nearest 16ths. Well, yeah, 5/8 is the nearest 16ths. It's just been a reduced form.
Why can't you use, it's still the 16th, it's just a reduced form of the correct.
Yeah.
Why not just, you don't really use it one time.
No, all you really have to do, Tyler, is you're right. You just take the 0.614 times 16 and then round it to the nearest whole number. Yeah, that's all you're really doing. This is just, we're doing it out the long formal way, so you know. But in practice, yeah, I never write it out like that. I just take the fraction and whatever, or the decimal and whatever denominator I want. I multiply the decimal by that and round it off. I worked in truss engineering for a lot of years, and everything was done to the nearest 16th of an inch. Okay, so now back to the top part of that worksheet. Let's say we have 9 feet 3 inches, and we're going to add to that 7 feet 8 inches. Just like any other addition problem, we start on the right and we work our way back to the left. We can only combine things with addition and subtraction that have the same name. So 3 inches and 8 inches make 11 inches. Now, unlike regular addition, we don't carry here yet because we haven't made a whole foot yet. Well, 9 feet and 7 feet, 16 feet. Not always that easy. We run into something like this. So again, we start on the right, work our way back to the left. 9 and 11 make 20 inches. Now what's wrong with that? It's over a foot. That is 1 foot and 8 inches. So we're going to keep the 8 inches and carry the 1 foot. 1 and 7, 8 plus 4, 12 feet, 8 inches. Subtraction goes the same way. We start on the right, work our way back to the left. What's 6 minus 4? 2 inches. 7 minus 2 is 5 feet. Now, again, we can run into things a little different. Now, I changed up the units here, but it's going to work the same as with feet and inches. 4 minus 15 can't be done. So what do we need to do? Borrow from the 8 pounds. This is going to become 7 pounds. What's this going to become? 20, because we have 16 ounces is what we borrowed. That gives us 20 ounces total. 20 minus 15 is 5 ounces. 7 minus 3 is 4 pounds. Multiplying. Let's have 4 feet, 3 inches. Times 7 feet, 6 inches. We would not leave it like this to multiply. Because remember, when you multiply, you don't need the same name. Which means this 6 inches can multiply the 3 inches, but it could also multiply the 4 feet. When you do 6 inches times 4 feet, you get 24 inch feet. Which actually is a unit, but it's not really useful. An inch foot is actually a strip that is 1 inch wide and 12 inches long, or 1 foot long. But we don't use it for anything, so it doesn't make sense to most people. So, to make these easier, when we're multiplying two measurements, we generally either convert everything into feet. So this would be 4 and 3/12 or 1/4 of a foot. And this would be 7 and 6/12 or 1/2 of a foot. And you just take 7 and 1/4, or 7 and 1/4, sorry. 4 and 1/4 times 7 and 1/2 and get 31 and 7/8. And that is square feet. Or the other option would be to turn everything into inches. 4 times 12 is 48 inches, plus 3 is 51 inches. 7 times 12 is 84, plus 6 is 90 inches. 51 times 90, 4,590 inches times inches is inches squared. Now you'll notice the conversion between those two is not 12. What should it be? 144. And it does work out. Because remember, it's square inches. That's 12 by 12, so 144 square inches in 1 square foot. You look confused, Jason. Okay? Okay. So really, the multiplication we're going to do in here is going to be a measurement times what we call a scalar, or a counting number. Let's say you have things that are 4 feet, 9 inches long. And you want 6 of them. So you're going to multiply that by 6 to get a total length. You could convert this all into inches and multiply and then convert it back. But it's not too bad to do it just like this. You do 6 times 9 is 54 inches. But of course, that is how many whole feet? 4 feet would be 48 inches. How many inches are left over? 6 inches. So you keep the 6 inches, carry the 4 feet. Now 6 times 4 feet is 24 feet, plus 4 is 28 feet. So you got 28 feet, 6 inches. Make sense? Division. Division is the one, remember, that works backwards. You start on the left and go to the right. So let's say we have 27 feet, 8 inches. You want to divide that into 4 equal pieces. Now again, you can turn that all into inches, divide by 4, and then convert it back to feet and inches. But it's not that tough to divide it out just like it is. 4 goes into 27 6 times. Make it 6 feet. What's 6 feet times 4? 6 times 4 is 24 feet. That means there are 3 feet left over. Now here's where this changes a little bit from our regular long division. Before I can bring down the 8 inches, I have to convert these 3 feet into inches. How many inches is that? 36. Now I bring down the 8 and combine it with the 36 to get 44 inches. What's 44 inches divided by 4 inches? 11. So 6 feet, 11 inches. Let's do one more of those. We'll divide this by 7. Let's do 27 feet, 5 inches. 7 goes into 27. How many times? 3. 3 times 7, 21 feet. Leaving us with 6 feet. How many inches is that? Say 72. Bring down the 5, we have 77. Divided by 7, 11 inches. So 3 feet, 11 inches. What do you think? Yep. Better than a sharp stick in the eye? For tomorrow, I want you to work on the first page of the packet. The whole first page. What is the bottom problems on that first page? All right. Yep, so I want you to do the whole first page.